Kirk Cousins' contract is the white whale of the Minnesota Vikings this offseason. What is going to happen to it? Call me Ishmael. And our guys over at Spotrac did up a list of 15 NFL quarterback trade candidates, and they talk about the ramifications of keeping the quarterback, trading the quarterback, and of course they talked about Kirk, Jerome Ezekiel Cousins. Want to run through their thoughts, so here we go. Kirk Cousins, Minnesota, 33. Whatever. 2022 cap at $45 million. The new regime in Minnesota seemed to favor keeping Cousins, history with Kevin O'Connell, and also you look at what Matthew Stafford was able to do in that offense last year. Kirk Cousins, Matthew Stafford, Spider-Man pointing meme. Kevin O'Connell thinks that he can win with Kirk right out of the gate, and I agree. But everyone has a price. Also true. Most likely scenario, the Vikings not only keep Cousins, they extend his contract out another 2 to 3 years, lowering his cap significantly for the 2022 season. Cousins holds a $35 million projection in our system, but something closer to $40 million seems extremely likely. Now, even Kirk Cousins supporters, they have to look at this one with skeptical hippo eyes, where I understand that Kirk Cousins, he's going to be 34 to start the season, turns 34 in August. He hasn't really shown any signs of age or wear and tear, but with quarterbacks, it can go fast, right? And next 2 to 3 years, which basically lines up with Justin Jefferson's rookie deal. I don't know, man. Like 2022, yes, but tethering yourself to Cousins long term, I don't know. That's why, even though we've gotten some pushback from some people, it's like that's why I am a fan of the void years, because what you're doing with the extension is you're kicking the can down the road, and you can do that with void years. And if Cousins pans out in 2022, then you can put in the extension, and you already have the can kicking built in. So basically, you're having your cake and eating it too. It's a test run. It's leasing before you buy. But I don't know. Like, if they're going to keep Kirk, they're not going to keep him at full freight. And extension, I don't know if that's palatable. I mean, Vikings fans have already been through 2 Kirk Cousins extensions. And the new regime, Kwesi and Kevin O'Connell, they did not sign Kirk. They did not extend Kirk. So I don't know. Also possible, Minnesota trades Cousins to a quarterback-needed franchise, Pittsburgh, Indianapolis, as well as Tampa Bay, ripping the Band-Aid off of what could be a full-blown rebuild. The move would leave behind just $10 million of dead cap for the Vikings, the prorated amount of a signing bonus, freeing up $35 million in cap space. A receiving team takes on a fully guaranteed 1-year, $35 million contract, which would likely be extended out at or around the time of the trade. So we said that could be potentially very intriguing for a team like Pittsburgh, Indianapolis, Tampa Bay, Denver, Cleveland, as well as the Panthers. So they would go down that route. And we didn't even talk about the price, where it was reported, Jordan Schultz, that Kirk Cousins not interested in a pay cut. Obviously, nothing that he's done in his career except for turn down $6 million less from the Jets, has said that he will take any less money. But if he's really looking for $40 million per year, if he's really looking for Mahomes, Dak, and Josh Allen money, ain't gonna happen. It's simply not going to happen. And teams that are all in, a la Tampa Bay, trying to rip off another Super Bowl, Carolina just trying to stay employed there, as well as Denver, maybe they do see themselves as Super Bowl contenders. They do have talent, even though they're an extremely tough division. Maybe they are okay letting it ride for 1 year if they have the cap space with Kirk Cousins, and then see what develops next year. Maybe they'll franchise tag him. If things go well, maybe they'll extend him, etc. But the Vikings in-house, where you're saving some on the cap, but then you're giving Kirk Cousins $40 million a year, I don't think that's going to happen. And I don't know if he would accept $35 million per year, but that's where we are right now. The Vikings. So I understand why they gave him the extension 2 years ago, because they're basically in this spot 2 seasons ago, where hashtag cap is a myth. Of course, Rob Brzezinski working his magic, but the bill always comes due at some point. Now, you can delay when that comes in, as well as you can factor in the time value of money, because it's like, if you have the cash to buy a house, like straight cash, homie, right now, it still makes sense to take out a mortgage if you can get it at a low rate because of inflation, because of the time value of money, where you can have it invested in other places, etc. And the same thing with the cap going up, where I understand why you're kicking the can down the road, but it's a finite amount of cap that you're going to be eating with the contract. And ipso facto, if the cap keeps going up in subsequent seasons, that's theoretically less than what it would be like to take all the cap right now. So I don't know. I don't know, man. It's going to be a tough decision. If all things were equal, I would prefer Kirk Cousins to stay here. Like, if Kirk's cap hit instead of 45 was, say, 27, this wouldn't even be an issue. And it's not the player. It's not. Kirk played fantastic last year. He's basically played the best football of his career since the bye week of the 2020 season. So it's not that. It is the cost, and it is the salary cap. If there's no salary cap in the NFL like there was in baseball, I'd be like, I don't care. Give him a raise. Give him $5 billion. Give him the moon. Don't care. But, yeah. This is not going away. This is going to be a talker all off season long. So, great. But your thoughts on our thoughts on Spotrac's thoughts. What's going to happen with Kirk Cousins and his contract? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.